Okay, hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Chauskas, where we're going to have a look at the markets, what happened with them yesterday, what levels to watch out for today. Today is the 12th of June, 2018. So once again, welcome everyone. But before we jump into the charts, of course, let's have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. A few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers webpage here, but specifically probably if you click here on research and click JFD research, it will take you to our little web page that we update on a daily basis. We throw out different trading shoutouts, different analysis, of course, and analysis in different languages. Yeah, so I mean, feel free to visit us, check us out, and I think you can find something useful for yourself. So, but for now, let's have a look at the charts. So the first one I want to start looking at is the S&P 500. Now yesterday we can see that the price managed to get here, the rate managed to get here towards this area right here, the 2790. I was talking about this level. I was talking about to keep an eye on it, and we can see that it acted as a good level of resistance. Certainly we didn't break through it, but for now it's testing that area again. So let's keep an eye, let's continue keeping a close eye on this area right here between the 27 and 2790 and the round number of 2800. Now these are key areas to watch. A nice break above this could open the path towards the next level here, the 2835, approximately there, and of course slightly above that we do have the all-time highs here at 2875, approximately there. So but for, of course, for those levels, for us to consider those levels, we need to see a nice break here above the 2800. On the downside, we are still keeping a close eye on this level right here. I was talking about this one in my previous videos as well. The 2742 mark, approximately there, acted as a good level of resistance in the past. Now it could act as a good level of support. Certainly if we start breaking it to the downside, well, this could be a little bit ugly, let's say, for the S&P 500, and we could see maybe another move here lower, and maybe another test of the 2700. So for now, guys, certainly the sentiment is more to the upside, and keep monitoring this area right here between the 2790 and the 2800. Excuse me. Looking at the FTSE 100, and yesterday we had a nice move here to the upside. We closed the day in for this level right here at around 77.95 mark, approximately there. Now a break above that could open the path towards the higher levels again. So certainly, just to remind you guys, this 77.95 has been the January high here, and it could act as a good level of resistance initially, but like I said, if it starts to break that, well, I mean, we could end up moving towards the recent highs, the recent all-time highs that we saw here in the FTSE, and certainly the 79.03 mark could become a nice target to watch. But like I said, I will repeat myself, only if we get a nice break here above the 77.95. On the downside, if this reverses back down and we start moving below the 76.90 again, well, stay sharp here and keep an eye on this level right here, the 76.10, as the potential next area of support. Only if we move below the 76.90. I mean, a break below this level, the 76.10, could open the path towards lower levels here. But of course, for now, the downside is kind of looking off the table right now. So keep an eye on this area right here initially, the 77.95. Looking at the DAX, DAX is showing a bit of more strength, let's say, and we can see that we managed to close just slightly above this 12,830 area that I kept talking about in my previous videos. Nevertheless, I mean, we are still below this 21 EMA. Certainly keep a close eye on this. I mean, if we get a nice move here above this 21 EMA, and then eventually we start breaking this 12,920 mark approximately there, well, this could be seen maybe as a positive for this index, and we could start aiming for the psychological 13,000. So for now, of course, keep an eye on this area here. It's a very tricky index to trade right now. Of course, you probably understand that yourselves, but still, I mean, we do have a lot of interest in it, and we let's see what it wants to do with this level first, the 12,920 approximately there. On the downside, if we suddenly make a move lower here again below this 12,830, and then eventually we start moving lower below the 200 EMA, well, I mean, this could open the path towards this level right here, this very good, nice level of support at around 12,600. If we get to that level, well, we'll have to just reevaluate the index again, because maybe it's going to be just acting as the bottom range here. I mean, because you can probably see here yourselves that we are stuck in this little range here between the 12,920 and this 12,600 approximately there. So watch out for this one, guys. We'll continue observing this index. Like I said, it is very interesting. Looking at the WTI now, and yesterday I was talking about this one, and at the time it was selling off nicely, so we can see that by the end of the day yesterday it managed to fully recover the losses and close the day in the green. And of course now it seems that it wants to push higher. Certainly we are above this 100 EMA as well, and we are now currently moving towards this trend line here for a test of this trend line from underneath. And just to remind you guys, this trend line has been running since the end of August 2017, so a very good area to watch. Certainly if we start breaking it to the upside, and if we break not only this trend line to the upside, but also we break this key level here, the 66.70, well, watch out for this one. I mean, this could become more bullish, let's say, and we could see maybe WTI moving a little bit higher again. So for now, certainly keep a close eye on it. I mean, keep an eye on this area. Let's see what it wants to do. If it touches that area but then retraces back down again, well, certainly continue observing these lows. I mean, if we start moving below these, then, well, maybe we could actually end up selling off here and maybe moving towards this area right here at around 64.20 approximately there. So for now, continue observing this one and continue observing this area right here. Looking at a few pairs now, so euro dollar is an interesting one. Yesterday, of course, we saw a nice move to the upside. Initially it met its resistance at around 118.250, but then got held around this area and retraced back down. So today we're seeing a bit of negativity coming in, certainly still above this key area that I've got highlighted here, the 117.500. It's trading currently slightly above it. At the moment it's difficult to say because it's easier to continue monitoring it, but if we start breaking this 117.500 again and we make a move below this 21 EMA, well, I mean, this could open the path towards this next area of support, this good area of support around 116.500. But if that doesn't hold, well, we do have even a better one, which is the upwards moving trend line here that has been running for quite a while now, and that has been running since January 2017. So a good area to watch as well, but only if we get a nice break below the 116.500, and the 116.500 we'll only consider that one on if we get a move below the 117.500. On the upside, we of course still continue to monitor this 118.250. Now another break above this could open the path towards these higher levels here, maybe even the psychological 120, who knows, certainly, but we'll have to just evaluate it then if we get a nice move above this area right here. Looking at the like, I'll probably skip a few euro pairs here, and let's have a look at the GBP USD. So GBP USD is, well, I mean, it's also performing slightly to the downside, let's say, like, let's call it that this way. And unlike the euro dollar, it's now below its 21 EMA, and now it seems that it wants to push lower. Certainly, we do have some information coming out today later on from UK, so some data coming out. So keep a close eye on it, because we might get a strong reversal back to the upside. But for us to become more bullish on this one, we would need to see a nice move here above the 134.55. And probably then, yeah, we're going to be starting to, we'll start to aim towards these higher levels. Especially, we'll be looking at this 200 EMA, which also is not far from this other key level of resistance at around 136.15. So on the downside, of course, if this continues to push lower, well, a break below the 133 mark could be seen as a bearish sign, and we could start aiming for this 132.05 area, approximately there, that was marked by the lows of 29th of May. So I mean, keep a close eye on this, guys. I mean, there are some good levels to watch, and especially, like I said, we do have some data coming out today from UK, so keep a close eye on this one today. Looking at the Aussie dollar, and Aussie dollar is probably performing the best against the US dollar, and certainly right now we're seeing this small move here to the upside. The daily candle is currently positive. We would need to see a nice move above yesterday's highs in order to kind of consider this one moving higher a little bit. Of course, we do have a nice level to watch here that we're watching here on the upside is the 0.76750, approximately there, and also, of course, a good test of this upwards moving trend line from underneath. This upwards moving trend line has been running here for quite a while now, and to be more precise, from around January 2016. So if this pair makes a move higher here, we could end up testing this 0.76750 and maybe even actually this upwards moving trend line from underneath. On the downside, as you probably can see, I've got a highlighted area here. Now, a break below the 0.75 0.75900, do apologize. A break below that area could open the path towards lower levels here. Certainly, we would need to see a nice break not only below the 0.75900, but also this 21 EMA shown here as the yellow line, and a break below these two could open the path towards this short-term upwards moving support line here, and we could see a test of this one maybe, if, like I said, if we get a nice move below here. So keep a close eye on this one. I mean, there are some good levels to watch, and like I said, this could end up being a nice trade. One more pair that I'm going to touch on is the USD JPY. Now, this one is an interesting one because we are now seeing a nice move above this key level of resistance. We are breaking this key level of resistance at 110.250, approximately there. And this is opening the path now towards these higher levels. Certainly the day hasn't finished yet, it's just the beginning of the day, so we could see maybe a reversal again back down, but for now, just judging by this current picture, we can see that it's trying to become more bullish than bearish, and if the bulls kind of continue controlling this one and driving this one, then like I said, we could see maybe a move here higher, and the level that we're watching here on the upside is the 111.400, approximately there, a good area of resistance. Now, a break above that could open the path towards this long-awaited 112 area. So, but for that, of course, let's not get ahead of ourselves too much, and let's keep a close eye on this area first, the 111.400. On the downside, if we move back below the 110.250 and then eventually below this 200 EMA, well, I mean, We could maybe see another push lower here, maybe even, of course, first initially towards this 21 EMA, which is around the 109,900 area, approximately there, and maybe then a little bit lower here towards this upwards moving trend line. This has been running for quite a while now, and this trend line has been running since, if I'm not mistaken, 2012, and that's September 2012. So a very good line to watch, but only, like I said, if we get a break here below the 110 250 and then eventually the 200 EMA. So but of course, for now, judging just by the current picture, the downside is slightly off the table. We're more bullish than bearish on this one, and let's see what it wants to do with this level right here, the 111,400. Okay guys, I will have to wrap it up here. I hope you found this useful, and if you want to join me later on in my Traders Tea Time, that's 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summer Time. But for now, thank you very much guys, and bye bye.